Good morning, and a heart-filled welcome to Emerson to each of you. My name is Alex Spitzer. I'm a member of the Committee on Healthy Ministry and the Connect Committee. A special welcome to those who may be joining us online for our service for the first time. We hope you are nourished in heart and mind by our worship today. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we welcome a wide variety of theological and spiritual beliefs. We honor and inherit the worth and dignity of each and every person. You are welcome here. All are warmly invited to join us for what we call our second hour activities following the service, beginning at 11:15. They are held in our Zoom meeting rooms. Links are available in the order of service. There are engaging opportunities for children, youth, and adults. This is a great time to explore meaningful topics and get to know other members of our community. Please also refer to our order of service for upcoming activities and announcements. In spirit of beloved community, we say, welcome to Emerson. And now for our chalice lighting, the light of truth. May the light of truth illuminate our minds. May the spark of love set our hearts on fire. May the flames of freedom burn brightly within us, now and always.
Good morning. Good morning. Available with a listening ear to support you during challenging times. Oh dear. Good morning. I'm Ginger White, a member of our Emerson Pastoral Care Team. We're available with a listening ear to support you during challenging times. Contact us anytime through pastoralcare@emersonuu.org. At this time in our service, we pause to share personal joys and sorrows of our Emerson community. We encourage you to email us your joy or sorrow through pastoralcare@emersonuu.org to be included in the upcoming service. After I share today's joys and sorrows, I will light a candle. Each Sunday, we also light our Vigil Bowl candle. It represents the light of hope and peaceful resolution of conflicts on our planet, and it honors the dedicated people who serve us, especially on the front lines fighting COVID-19 and in an effort to stop racial justice. Today, I share these joys and concerns with you. Actually, I have two concerns. The first is from Kathy Tomlin. Barry Whittemore has been having some health issues surrounding his blood pressure recently. Kathy has gone to be with him. Should greatly appreciate the congregation's prayer, healing thoughts, and good vibes. The other is from Colleen Radbill. My niece Kara passed away recently after suffering a traumatic brain injury from a fall in her Denver home. She leaves behind her husband, Brian, and 5-year-old son, Archer. Please include Clara's family in your prayers. And our Vigil Bowl. We know there are joys and sorrows left unspoken. So please feel free to speak aloud the name of anyone you hold closely in your heart this morning. Now, let us send our heartfelt intentions to people everywhere by offering the Buddhist prayer of loving kindness. The words are printed in your order of service. May all beings be filled with loving kindness. May they be free from harm or suffering. May they be well in body, heart, and mind. May they be at peace. Blessed be.
Good morning, I'm Chris McConville.
And I'm Ice McConville.
And we serve on the Give the Basket Committee. Every month we raise money for a charity that aligns with our UU values. This month's recipient is...
Live Safe Resources.
That's right. So Isaac, in school you've learned about good touches and bad touches
Yeah.
and confusing touches.
Yeah.
And what are you supposed to do if somebody gives you a confusing touch?
Tell a trusted adult.
That's right. You're supposed to tell a trusted adult, but what happens if you don't have a trusted adult?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's where Live Safe Resources comes in. So what they do is they give somebody who's had bad touches or confusing touches, and they give them somebody to talk to. They have a website that can help. They have a hotline that they can call. And when you call that hotline or connect with Live Safe Resources, they can put you in a house where you'll feel safe. Because what if your parents are the ones doing those confusing or bad touches? You're going to have nowhere to live, nowhere safe to live, right?
Yeah.
So these guys will give you a safe place to live temporarily. They can help you find a permanent place to stay away from your bad situation. They can give you counseling and legal things, so they can help you out in court.
Yeah.
And another thing they focus on is elder abuse, because what happens if you're old and if you're elderly and somebody gives you a bad touch? Right? Those people,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be good either, right? So that's another big focus for them is elder abuse, and they raise support for people that way too.
Yeah.
So they give all sorts of support for physical, sexual abuse, elder abuse, and they give a lot of support for them. So if you'd like to support Live Safe Resources, you can text GTB to the text to give number, and we'll make sure Live Safe Resources gets your donation. Thank you for your support.
Good morning. My name is Helen Hobson, and I serve as the Ministry Associate for Justice Ministries. And I wanted to give you just a short background on the worship service that we'll be watching this morning. Every year, the Unitarian Universalist Association holds our General Assembly, and it's a series of workshops and worship services that help us become more deeply involved in our faith tradition. This year, 2020, we had a virtual General Assembly, and it was honestly beautiful. And Ginger White, Alex Spitzer, and I, Ed Cosper, and our minister Deborah attended virtually. And we hope over this church year to be able to share more of the things that we learned there. And so this was 2020, and the Unitarian Universalist Association was going to have this service, the GA in Providence. And it was organized around the idea that 400 years ago is when the Mayflower came and the Pilgrims came. And so the Unitarian Universalist Association worked in partnership with the indigenous people of the Northeast. And the theme for this General Assembly was Rooted, Inspired, and Ready. The title we gave this, Remembering Our Roots, was something Alex and I came up with because we feel that this service can tap into all of our roots and all of our ancestors. I think it will also help us as Unitarian Universalists reflect on how our faith is working in the world in the area of Indigenous rights. So we bring you the opening worship service for General Assembly.
con Payaimun. Bienvenidos, bienvenides. Welcome, everyone. Our opening worship service is offered in solidarity with the Mashpee Wampanoag people in their struggle, which is now our struggle as well, to defend their sacred lands. We, the worship team, are Unitarian Universalist ministers, lay leaders, ministerial candidates, and UUA staff. We've come to open our hearts to this moment of connection. And despite our physical separation and distancing, we know that Spirit moves within each of us and collectively. And so we hope that we can feel that Spirit dancing in our hearts, moving within. We have come with heavy hearts indeed. These past few months have been so difficult, filled with grief and fear. And so we lift up that grief, that rage, as well as our hope, joy, and prayers for healing on so many levels. We grieve the ongoing violent deaths of our Black siblings. We grieve the ongoing violent disappearance and deaths of our Native sisters and trans siblings. We grieve the ongoing desecration of sacred lands and Mother Earth, Pachamama. And we dance. We dance as prayer. We dance as offering. We dance as embodiment of this hope, of this joy, of this life that we have individually, together, as one people. We dance and we think about being rooted, many of us not in our native lands, rooted in a faith, rooted in a commitment to justice and to peace and more love, because we believe that another world is possible. May you receive this ceremony with the same love that is being offered, and may you receive the collective blessings and good medicine embodied in all of us and in the heartbeat of the drum. Please join me in welcoming Reverend Danielle DeBona.
Welcome. Welcome to this opening worship for our 2020 General Assembly. We are joining you on our virtual General Assembly this year. As we begin to worship together, I invite you to be fully present. Let all of those worries and thoughts slip away. Be with each other. Although we are separated by space and time, we are together. So reach out, metaphorically, reach out for each other. May your General Assembly be fulfilling. May you be blessed with new ideas, with new friends, and with a deepening understanding and a deepening love for our faith, Unitarian Universalism.
When I was 7 years old, I remember listening to my grandfather and my grandmother telling me to remember the ancestors, always, because the ancestors, they told me, were wise. The ancestors had endured. The ancestors had persisted. The ancestors had walked the good way. So now I look back and I remember other stories about the ancestors. I remember once I asked them, they told me about an Aunt Betty Jean, I think, Betty Jean, and that Betty Jean was a good person and that she was an inspiration. I said, I don't think I remember Betty Jean. Did I ever meet her grandmother? And grandmother said, she's gone to dance with the ancestors. Gone to dance with the ancestors. That image stuck with me, and I recently shared it with a friend, and the friend said, when you think of the ancestors, you think of them perpetually in a dance, a ceremonial stomp dance. A ceremonial stomp dance that goes on forever and ever. So I thought of the stomp dance as a way of praying. The stomp dance is a way of sharing our blessings on the world. So if the ancestors are always in a stomp dance, then they are blessing us. So I have led this calling the ancestors many times before, but I've never done it virtually. So you're going to have to imagine with me, because when you call out the ancestors and people share from their hearts memories of somebody who's departed or share somebody who's inspired them, you hear it in the room. I can't hear it in the room. So I ask you to imagine people in your life that have gone to their reward, departed, died. Think of them, remember them, and call them into your awareness, call them into the place that you are watching this virtual service. And then think of those who you've never met but were told to you that were people that you came from. Think of them. Call them into your consciousness, call them into your heart, call them into the room. And then think of the people that have inspired you, the heroic and people who have given you a model of what it is that you want to stand for in this world, the kind of struggles you want to engage in, the kind of person you want to be. Think of those people as ancestors as well, because they have inspired you. And bring them into your heart, bring them into your space, bring them into the way you are. And we have the ancestors with us, and imagine them inspiring you, and I can picture them, if you will, dancing blessings to us all. Amen.
Flame, friend of our most ancient ancestors, we kindle you now to make you visible in this time. Yet in truth, you burn always, in the unique worth of each person, in the moment of imagination, in the turning of the heart to sorrow or to joy, in the call to hope, and in the call to justice, in the moment of recognition and the remembrance of friendship. We burn bright before us, burn bright within us. Blessed be.
Te siento volar si me quedo en silencio. Cuando recorro los cerros de casas sufrientes, de madres que lloran soledad, de pequeñas sonrisas que nunca volverán. Cuando veo a Cristo ignorado, tú eres aliento que me impulsa a gritar. Ven, ven Espíritu y transforma mi susurro en un grito, mi tibieza en pasión, que arrase tu revolución. Ven, ven, ven Espíritu Santo, dame la fuerza del viento para llenar de vida lo que ha marchitado el tiempo. Los rostros se deslumbran solo con luces de neón, y la claridad del sepulcro abierto se esconde. Tú me das manos jóvenes para iluminar rincones. Cuando me siento pequeño, tú eres aliento que me impulsa a gritar. Ven, ven Espíritu y transforma mi susurro en un grito, mi tibieza en pasión, que arrastre tu revolución. Ven, ven, ven Espíritu Santo, dame la fuerza del viento para llenar de vida lo que ha marchitado el tiempo. Libérame de la gravedad que me ata a la tierra, que tu viento nocturno me remezca hasta volar. Ven, ven Espíritu y transforma mi susurro en un grito, mi tibieza en pasión, que abrace tu revolución. Ven, ven, ven Espíritu y transforma mi susurro en un grito, mi tibieza en pasión, que abrace tu revolución. Ven, ven, ven Espíritu Santo, dame la fuerza del viento para llenar de vida lo que ha marchitado el tiempo.
We dance, we dance, we dance. We dance to mourn, we dance to celebrate, we dance to announce war. We dance to pray for peace, we dance to heal, to pray, to live, to testify, to protest, to bear witness. We dance to be. We dance and sing to feel Mother Earth supporting us, holding us, blessing us, reminding us that we are Earth. We dance to the beat of the drum to become one with Pachamama's heartbeat. We dance because our ancestors danced, even when doing so, they risked their lives. We dance even when our dances are outlawed and our land stolen and desecrated. We dance because we can hear our ancestors' voices singing a victory song. We dance and we sing to the new seeds to be planted, to the new green corn and to the desert in bloom. We dance in the struggle, in the in-between spaces that intersect our race, language, gender, immigration status, in between the drops of blood quantum that are never enough to embrace our whole divine selves. We dance to cast a spell and shine a light in the hearts of all who would deny our inherent worth and dignity, on all who have written books to prove that we do not exist, on all who would only have us as relics in a museum or caricature logos for profit. We dance to celebrate a baby's first smile, their first acorn porridge meal, and when our loved ones make their journeys towards the great-grandfather Pewentry or the bottom of the ocean with the Orishas. We dance when words are inadequate and we need to feel our bodies tremble with emotion in order to show the image of our souls. We dance in the middle of concrete jungles, crowded streets, under the one remaining tree in the forest, and even in our dreams. We dance when our hearts are broken open by the continued erasure and violence against our peoples and cannot answer our children's questions about tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. We dance when our youth begin to understand and speak proudly the dreams of the ancestors. We dance to feel the power of Creator, the spirit of life, the Ashe pumping in our veins, dripping from our sweat, all along creating more life around us. We dance the lonely cueca so that our disappeared will know that we will never forget them. We dance to honor our bodies, to bless our bodies, our beautiful black, brown, café con leche, canela, and everything in between bodies, our temporarily abled and forever proud Crip bodies, bodies that heal, bodies that bless, bodies with invisible pain but visible scars, bodies that know trauma and hold the true history of this nation in our bones and broken dreams, bodies that defy gravity and take down the doctrine of discovery, drumbeat by drumbeat, step by step, stump by stump, raised fist by raised fist, warrior song by warrior song. We dance because we are here, we are strong, we love life and will continue dancing because we can, because we must. We will dance until the land is returned and healed. This turtleback is once again honored until all can breathe free, until all our queer, trans, two-spirit siblings can dance in freedom and joy without reservations. We dance, we dance, we dance.
¿Quién dijo que todo está perdido? Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. Tanta sangre que se llevó el río. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. No será tan fácil, yo sé qué pasa. No será tan simple como pensaba, como abrir el pecho y sacar flores siempre abierta. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón como un documento inalterable. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón y uniré las puntas de un mismo lazo y me iré tranquilo, me iré despacio y te daré todo y me darás algo que me alivie un poco más cuando no haya nadie cerca o lejos. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón cuando los satélites no alcancen. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón y hablo de países y de esperanzas. Hablo por la vida, hablo por la nada, hablo de cambiar esta nuestra casa, de cambiarla por cambiar no más. ¿Quién dijo que todo está perdido? Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón.
Wani na kan mas nanyuak, nikoni na katsam kapyamu yu wataki mo munyat, nakaki katukaw papami watami panao kanash wachi masipi mo panaak, kwat wonk nakat sam Nikoni, Wami Pompai Nikoni Nakatsam, Katabatash Manat, Wachi Wami Kakosanish, Wachi Wami U Ahkiash, Kah Wonk Wami Mataak, Kah Wami Yuk Nitomp Nanonak. My name is Jessie Littledoe Baird, and firstly, I would like to say welcome to this territory and this place, and I thank you all for coming. And I am the vice chairwoman of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe, and I'm also a mother of 5 and a grandmother of 9. And I would like to talk to you about the troubles that we are having here, the Mashpee Wampanoag Nation. But first, and always first, I want to thank the Creator, the Almighty Creator, who breathed all of us into existence and who breathed love and respect into existence, the things from which we're made. And I want to thank Creator for all of the land, not just Mashpee land, and all of the earth, and all of the peoples, and especially for the friends and allies that we have. As you may be aware, right now, we are in the midst of an existential threat to our very existence. We have been governing ourselves and living on our lands and not leaving our territory for at least 12,000 years. And we've suffered every manner of degradation, of land loss, of oppression, of having our children indentured, having our children sent off to boarding school, forced assimilation practices, forced conversion practices. And through all of these things, we've managed to be resilient and hold our place in the land. It took us 32 years for the United States government to acknowledge our government via federal acknowledgement. And that only happened in 2007. And it took 54,000 page application for that and another 14,000 page application for our land in trust. Having land in trust, which we were granted in 2015, means that you give your lands over to the United States of America to hold them in trust for you, and your land becomes what's called Indian country and a reservation. And within those protected boundaries, you can exercise everything from your own tribal police to your own school system, which we have, and housing and healthcare and social needs and economic development and governance. During this very difficult time of sickness, we are also struggling with the sickness of oppression, and we are struggling with the sickness of racism and privilege, white privilege, and we are suffering under the system that says that we can have only so much as the United States government tells us that we can have, and maybe we can survive. But every time we think that we're going to thrive, we seem to be smacked down by the United States. We have HR 312 that passed the House, and this act would keep our trust lands in place. We are also in federal court, and we should be getting a ruling in the next week from a judge about whether or not the Department of Interior did a poor job in changing their mind when they were supposed to defend us in court. This will be the first time in the modern era that any tribe has had its lands taken out of trust if this occurs. And we are looking for support to try to get HR 312 to the floor for a vote in the Senate. It's been stalled. And we're asking for your support. But more than anything, I'm asking for your prayer. I know that this is the most powerful thing, is intention in the universe and creation. And please pray for me. I am trying to hold tight to my faith that whatever happens will eventually work together for the good. But it's really difficult. So I thank you for taking the time to listen to me and for your care and concern. And I send you love and light from people of the light. Pishkananamu, Katavtanamu.
Hey!
Hi, my name is Reverend Marisol Caballero, and I am coming to you from sweltering Austin, Texas. And I am going to invite you into a spirit of prayer and meditation with me at this moment. Now, I often begin my prayers when I'm in a congregation by inviting everyone to breathe together. And I know that at this point in time, we can't be in the same room breathing together. In fact, breathing together, the same air in and out of our lungs next to one another right now is what is scary and dangerous. So I want to invite you instead to imagine being close. And with that, Spirit of life, God of love and justice, help us to feel that connection now, even as we are so far apart and missing each other. Help us to feel the tugs of those strands, that web of life that connects us each to each. Help us to feel the pull and help us to feel ourselves pulling. We need others, and we need others to need us. God, we ask that you be with us at this time of so much fear and stress. Many of us fear for our lives. There's disease. There's systemic injustice. There's police acting like invading armies in our streets. Our Black brothers and sisters are brutalized. Brown bodies, indigenous bodies are killed and disappeared, especially women, with no attention except from our loved ones. And yet we find hope. Our ancestors teach us that hope is never lost, even when we despair. Tomorrow still comes. Even while we grieve, love still exists. At this time, we remember those who are no longer with us and those whom we carry in our hearts because we have special concern for them at this time. We speak their names. And as we speak them aloud, and I invite you to do so in your homes or wherever you're watching this service, I will say presente, following the names, so that we might remember that they are very much here in our memories, in the leaves that fall in autumn, in all that we do. I invite you to speak them now. Presente. 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 May their memory and their strength and the love we have for them fill us with strength and determination for la lucha que sigue, the struggle that continues, that we are in together. May it be so. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
Solo le pido a Dios que el dolor no me sea indiferente, que la reseca muerte no me encuentre vacío y solo sin haber hecho lo suficiente. Solo le pido a Dios que lo injusto no me sea indiferente, que no me abofete en la otra mejilla después de que una garra me arañó esta suerte. Solo le pido a Dios que la guerra no me sea indiferente. Es un monstruo grande y pisa fuerte toda la pobre inocencia de la gente. Es un monstruo grande y pisa fuerte toda la pobre inocencia de la gente. Solo le pido a Dios que el engaño no me sea indiferente. Si un traidor puede más que unos cuantos, que esos cuantos no lo olviden fácilmente. Solo le pido a Dios que el futuro no me sea indiferente. Desahuciado está el que tiene que marchar a vivir una cultura diferente. Solo le pido a Dios que la guerra no me sea indiferente. Es un monstruo grande y pisa fuerte toda la pobre inocencia de la gente. Es un monstruo grande y pisa fuerte toda la pobre inocencia de la gente.
Chaltumay, gracias. Thank you so much for choosing to join us for this ceremony of solidarity and love. Thank you to the ancestors, and thank you to our communities for giving us the strength during these difficult times. May you and yours be blessed. We'd like to close with the words of our wonderful poet, Joy Harjo, in her poem, Remember. Newen, Ashe, Amen, and blessed be.
Remember the sky that you were born under.
Know each of the stars' stories.
Remember the moon. Know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn. That is the strongest point of time.
Remember sundown and giving away to night.
Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. You are evidence of her life, and her mother's, and hers.
Remember your father. He is your life also.
Remember the earth whose skin you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth.
White earth, brown earth, we are earth.
Remember the plants, trees, animal life, who all have their tribes, their families, their histories too.
Talk to them. Listen to them. They are alive poems.
Remember the wind. Remember her voice. She knows the origin of the universe.
Remember, you are all people and all people are you.
Remember, you are this universe, and this universe is you.
Remember, all is in motion, is growing, is you.
Remember, language comes from this.
Remember, the dance language is that life is.
Remember, 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 remember.
As our worship service comes to an end, we hope that you feel nurtured in heart and mind by our time together. We invite you to conclude your time of worship with one final act. As you are able, please affirm your support for the sustainability of this congregation and the ongoing ministries that we share through a monetary offering. When we give, we say yes to something we value. We sincerely hope that you have found great value here today and will return again and again to worship and to join as a community working for positive change in the world. To make a contribution, text the words pledge or gift to 678-553-9485. You will see this number on your screen. Thank you for all you do to make Emerson a truly beloved community. As we extinguish our chalice, I invite you to join in the words printed in your order of service. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world until we are together again.